Hey everybody, welcome back to Seething Rage. Uh, I've been avoiding the camera for quite some time, as most of you have noticed, because the state of the world the past couple months since the Russian invasion of Ukraine has been dismal. It's been bleak. It's not been a very nice, friendly place. There's not a lot of good things going on in the world. You got a bunch of laws in various red states that are inherently anti-LGBT, anti-woman. The abortion laws that are going into place. It's sickening. It's disgusting. There's a lot of terrible things going on right now, and now this has been warned about for I don't know since the 2016 election, and it finally happened. A draft opinion was leaked to Politico of the Supreme Court's intention to overturn Roe versus Wade, basically seizing the bodily autonomy that women have long celebrated for 50 years in this country. Just gone. Now, like, let's just go to the article real quick. Let me make myself small. I have no patience to edit this. Let's just go right into it. Supreme Court has voted to overturn abortion rights. Draft opinion shows we hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled. Justice Alito writes in an initial majority draft circulated inside the court. The Supreme Court has voted to strike down the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, according to an initial draft majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, circulated inside the court and obtained by Politico. The draft opinion is full-throated, unflinching repudiation of the 1973 decision which guaranteed federal constitutional protections of abortion rights and a subsequent 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood versus Casey, that largely maintained that right. Roe was egregiously wrong from the start, Alito writes. We hold that Roe and Casey, both cases, both Supreme Court rulings, must be overruled. He writes in the document labeled as the opinion of the court. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. Well, good thing we have the Democrats fighting on our behalf, right? We can count on them, can we? Can we? Now, the amount of sheer anger and disgust I have cannot be fully expressed in words, and I'm sure countless people feel the exact same way. This is what you get with a conservative majority on the court. This is what you get when you don't heed the warnings of people begging and pleading to take electoralism just a little bit seriously. Because if you don't, I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around. There's a lot of, you can point your finger anywhere. Ruth Bader Ginsburg not stepping down during Obama's term, um, electing Trump against every everyone who had a clue about what could have happened, which did happen. Three Supreme Court picks. If Hillary Clinton got elected instead, Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh, Neil Gorsuch, they wouldn't even be on the court. This wouldn't even be a thing right now. Of course, this isn't final, but it. How did this get leaked? Why wouldn't this be the opinion of the court? They've signaled it for the longest time now. Ever since, like I said, the Democrats got this right. Yeah, well, check this out. Check out this disgusting, typical response. Democrats hope Draft abortion opinion will jolt midterm elections. Because that's all it fucking comes down to, huh? This might give us a big old boost in votes. This might increase turnout. Let's not do a goddamn thing about the filibuster. Let's not do a goddamn thing about protecting citizens, vulnerable people. If we could not only make money off of it potentially, but also get a bunch of votes from it as well. The disclosure of a draft majority opinion that indicates the Supreme Court has voted to overturn Roe v. Wade instantly jolted Democrats from a bout of political malaise Monday night. Fuck this pretentious fucking language. And many hope it could change the tide of the midterm elections. You know what? Sure. Excuse me. I'll grant them that it might. But the fact that this is like... this came out immediately after the news like... It's just sickening. It's vile. The fact that everything to Democrats revolves around any elected figure. It all revolves around getting reelected. Why do you think the Don't Say Gay bill and like the anti-woke fucking just nonsense that's fucking everywhere in conservative and Republican circles right now? It's for reelection purposes, even though it doesn't mean anything. It's all the politicians fucking care about. Getting reelected, generating as much profit for their donors, doing whatever the fuck their donors want. They couldn't give a flying fuck about your rights. And so that leads me this next thing. The draft memo obtained by Political does not mean the Supreme Court has struck down Roe v. Wade. It means the court intends to strike it down when the decision comes down in a couple months. We now need massive protests to pressure the court not to go through with this travesty. And you know what happened? The Supreme Court is now completely barricaded. You can't set foot on the property anymore. I believe this is because someone in the protests self-immolated on the property of the Supreme Court to protest the inaction on climate change. I think that's why it's barricaded. But still, it's really convenient because there are going to be massive protests over this. I can't stress this enough. Women's reproductive rights are seriously about to be set back 5 decades. There's no getting around that. So this exact shit is why elections matter. I do not want to hear a goddamn fucking single anti-voting fucking rhetorical whatever the fuck statement, because this is what it fucking leads to. Even if lesser evil doesn't fucking result in this shit. This isn't going to stop abortions. It's going to stop safe abortions. If this goes through, people are going to die. There's no getting around that. People are going to die. Now, I did say on Twitter, if you're reading this and you are a man who is sexually active and you do not plan to or are not prepared to have children of any sort, I strongly urge you to consider getting a vasectomy. They are reversible. The decision to overturn Roe v. Wade is a giant infringement on the autonomy of women. It is literally government control over the uterus. Abortion will not end, but safe abortions might very soon. It's already happening in several states. We need to stand up and we need to speak out. This shit really hits home for me. What if it's an ectopic pregnancy? What then? At that point, the woman's life is in jeopardy. You can't just... In that instance, you need to get rid of the pregnancy. You need to terminate it. I can go on and on and on. This is a settled issue. It was settled 50 years ago. I don't give a flying fuck if you think that a fetus or a zygote is a baby. They're fucking not. Some reactions to this on Twitter. Yeah, fuck this backwards ass, patriarchal, fundamentalist, misogynist sewage pit of a fucking country. Reminder that in Gallup's 2021 abortion poll, only 19% of Americans claimed they wanted it to be illegal in all circumstances. 19%. From Ken Klippenstein. Amazing to see the political faction SCOTUS just rewarded beyond its wildest dreams. Also mad that it leaked. Yeah, this was a really interesting thing. The outrage from the conservative right now is over the fact that this draft opinion was leaked to Politico. That's what they're mad about. And now, oh no, the Supreme Court justices that stand by this opinion, they might be in danger. Their lives might be jeopardized. Oh no! Meanwhile, the millions of women that this affects, the millions of women who can potentially get assaulted and forced to carry a pregnancy to term? Against their will. Under... I feel like a libertarian with the gun of the government against their head, forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy to term. Even if you're not assaulted. Is that fair? It will not stop here. It will not stop here. What's next? What are they going to take away from us? A right to marry whoever we want? Even if they're two consenting adults? What? What next? From Emma Vigeland. I'm so angry and scared for women in red states. This is just the start. Soon they'll chip away at birth control legality. Yep. Appealing it all the way up to this extremist SCOTUS. And for LGBTQ folks, gay marriage is the next target. Rights without federal protection aren't rights. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. We're in for some dark fucking days ahead. I really can't stress enough how big of a deal this is. I mean, I understand checking out of politics, not following it because it's just so draining and depressing. That's kind of why I haven't really been active on this channel for the past few months. It's just because it's too much. I could talk about all sorts of things. The idiotic takes on Russia and Ukraine, the anti-trans hysteria and bigotry coming from the extreme right that's so widespread. Just trying to get conservatives to define what woke is and why it's such a fucking problem. This country is going full throttle in reverse. Conservatives, they're calling the shots. Under Trump, they got everything they wanted. The Supreme Court and all the federal courts getting federal judges up, that's part of the long game for them. It's part of their strategy. They don't want you to have control over your own body. They want you compliant. They don't want you working they don't want you to be part of a union. They don't want you to be complaining about low wages, long hours. They don't want you to complain about struggling to get by, feed yourself or your family. They want you to shut up and take it so that their donors make billions. Record profits across the board. Yet, wages are still low, not going up. The price of goods is skyrocketing. Gas is skyrocketed. We're being price gouged. We are being gouged. Overturning Roe versus Wade is an affront to all of us. And it will not stop here. So again, if you're a man and you're sexually active and you have no intention of reproducing, I would go get a vasectomy. Put yourself in the shoes of a young woman in a red state. You can't get by. I'm just gonna leave it here. I think I've said enough. Share this if you could. Leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts. Terrible fucking times we're living in. Fuck this country.